What a finish to the first ladies semifinal. It had a little bit of everything. Coco Gauff, Karolina Muchova battling till the very end. And it is Muchova advancing and making it to a final in a major, second career major final appearance, the other in the French Open. This one will come Saturday at Wimbledon in what turned out to be a heartbreaking loss for Coco Gauff. Both of these players saved match points along the way. It was a thrilling passion play, and we're only part of the way home. In less than 19 minutes, we will have the other ladies semifinal, pitting MARTA KOSTYUK against Linda Noskova. Reese Davis and Coco Vandeweghe and Sam Querrey here. We saw athleticism. We saw acrobatics at the net. we saw tightness. We saw a stitch in the side. We saw slips. Everything you could possibly see in just that dramatic finish.
I'm catching my breath. That was an amazing third set tiebreaker. And on top of what already happened in the first two sets, I think both of these women deserve a congratulations for not only performing at the absolute highest level when it came towards the very end, but also just showing everything that they had, from the dives from Karolina Muchova to also Coco fighting off those match points, showing the grit that she has been her trademark through and through. But this was an absolute unbelievable match. I don't know how we top this from here.
We'll pick it up in the third set tiebreak here. The first two sets were a little choppy. There were a lot of mistakes made. What did you see here in the tiebreak?
I mean, let's start off with that volley from Muchova. Shoestring volley at 1-2 off the line. It's one of the best shots in this breaker, but every point in this breaker was back and forth. So entertaining, full of so much drama. How about a diving volley from Muchova off a good passing shot from Coco? Coco gives the round of applause there. But both these women just laid everything on the line. Coco just said it's a bummer that you even had to have a loser in this match because both these women were so entertaining and gave us so much. Coco there, she's down 6-3 in that fifth set, or excuse me, in that third set tiebreaker. Needed both those points, had them. That was the match point for Coco. That was the point. She's going to think about that tonight. She made the serve, had the short forehand, dumped a drop shot in the net. Here we go, 9-all. Again, just a good point from Muchova, coming up with the lob winner at 9-all. It takes guts to pull that off.
And geez, just to even have the poise to do that and have that shot selection. You talk about fighting for that extra ball. That's just what Coco Gauff did on saving that match point. That was a great stick volley from Muchova, slipped a little bit, but the extra speed from Gauff to be able to track that one down. And then this was pressure right here. Muchova standing strong with the forehand, picking on the Gauff back, the forehand, excuse me, another slip, but just staying composed. That is not easy to do. I don't care who you are, how many times you've been in this position, and just enjoy this match point because this was just guts laid out right here from Muchova.
What does it say to you, Coco? Because you felt as if, put it nicely, that Muchova was really struggling mentally earlier in the match to get into that tiebreak, have a couple of things go against her, seemingly have the match on Coco Gauff's racket, and then still be able to just unleash those shots that turned out to be the winning point.
And quite honestly, it should be Coco Gauff in the finals. That one miscue on the forehand dropper in that tiebreaker when she had her first match point, that really was a breaking of everything for Coco. But that's why they pay you the big bucks, Reese, because you said it nicely. I said it like an athlete and saying that Muchova was joking a little bit, and she was. There was moments where she really was throwing up some tosses that weren't the nicest. She was able to battle through, but Coco Gauff tested Muchova constantly. It was Muchova being able to settle herself and being able to get through the finish line.
This is the resume, Sam, of Karolina Muchova. Now she has won 10 straight matches. That extends the longest tour-level win streak of her career. She won the Bad Homburg title coming up in the lead-up season to Wimbledon. This will be much larger coming on Saturday when she plays in the final here.
Yeah, look, Saturday is going to be the biggest match of her life, and she can play on grass. She has a beautiful game. Mary Jo was noting that the entire match, right? She kind of glides around the court, able to take balls early, good at the net. And this match here, once you get to that third set tiebreaker, throw all the stats out the window, right? Who has the heart? Who has the guts? And quite frankly, both these women did in that tiebreaker.
Right.
They both laid it on the line. They both showed us how clutch they were in the big moments. In the end, Muchova, I thought those last 2 points, she hit about, let's call it 10 or 11 total balls. She committed to all of them, and that was really impressive from her in that moment.
On those moments that we just saw briefly of her in the gym, just the disbelief of what you've just accomplished. I think players are so quick to be like, what's the next match? And I got another final. But these are moments that you deserve to soak in, and not only yourself, but with your team, whether it's your coach, your physio, your family that's there, your friends, because this is a dream come true, and Muchova is living it, and I'm just so impressed by how that tiebreaker turned out.
And the beauty of a major is you get a day off. So Muchova, she gets to enjoy this tonight, all day tomorrow as well, right? She gets to come over to the practice grounds to Orange. She gets to hit over there if she wants to hit over there. There'll be no one around. And so a lot of times, if this was a Masters series, you got to go out and play the next day. You actually do get to savor this win for about a 24-hour period before you have to start thinking about the final.
And agonizing over it for perhaps even longer than that will be Coco Gauff. And when she does, Sam, as you alluded to, this will be the moment that she thinks about here.
Right. Short forehand, goes to the drop shot. Muchova got a pretty good jump on it. Coco dumps in the net. I appreciated that Coco actually kind of gave a grim little smile after the miss. And she went on to actually save another match point. She didn't go away after this, but there are certain shots that players think about for, I'll call it an extended period of time, and this is going to be one of them for Coco Gauff.
It's all how you handle it. I probably would be up at the Dog and Fox in about 2-3 hours, just being like, that's how I'm handling a duff of a miss like that. But Coco is going to bounce back. There's no doubt about that, because we know out of Coco Gauff what to expect. There's nobody that bounces back quicker than Coco Gauff of not only what can I improve and how quickly can I do it, and how quickly am I contending for the next Grand Slam, which is coming up shortly at the U.S. Open.
She's called her relationship with the grass courts complicated. This was her best run by far. From her point of view and in her group right now, this is probably not the time for perspective. But if you give it some perspective, she's still very young. She's figured it out, seemingly, on this surface. And you would imagine, you would think and hope there will be many more opportunities in the future, given what she accomplished here already.
I absolutely couldn't agree more. There's two things that stand out to me coming into this grass court season that we hadn't seen at Australian Open or Roland Garros from Coco Gauff, and it's the serve, the miles per hour are up, and also she's hitting her spots better and sticking with it. She throws in a couple double faults, doesn't go away from the 120 first serve, just keeps putting it back into court, because there were times at Australian Open or Roland Garros where she would miss a couple of first serves, double fault a couple times, and then start kicking and rolling that in. I would love to see her continue that into the U.S. Open. Second, the forehand. The forehand has so many opportunities to be able to drive through it. U.S. Open, those courts will work for her if she continues to do it.
There is a final to be played and one more semifinal to contest here at Wimbledon, and Karolina Muchova is through to the final. She is allergic to grass, but she has managed it quite well. As we look at the IBM tournament update and the potential championship matchups for Muchova against KOSTYUK, Muchova leads 2-0, and you see she also has the lead in the other one, whether it be the young Linda Noskova, who perhaps will have the opportunity to play in the final on Saturday, inside 11 minutes until those two will try to live up to what we just saw on center court. A spot on Saturday awaits the winner.
Welcome back to the Championships Wimbledon. ESPN's coverage is proudly presented by Barclays.
Just an exhilarating semifinal, the first one on the ladies' side, won by Karolina Muchova over Coco Gauff. Tiebreak that was epic, had everything you could imagine, and we are inside 7 minutes until the next ladies' semifinal between Marta KOSTYUK and Linda Noskova. And Mary Jo Fernandez is back from calling that last match, and Coco Vandeweghe is moving courtside for the next ladies' semifinal. Take us through, you and Fowler did, and Caroline Wozniacki, great job calling it. Take us through what it was like for you, the stress you could feel.
I could feel it. I wasn't playing it, but I could totally feel the tension and the stress of the moment. And that final set tiebreak had everything. You guys have been talking about it. I felt the first half of the tiebreak was incredible. We saw shot making. We saw Muchova diving all over the place to make volleys. We saw, I think, the best volley of the match right there. I mean, how do you execute that one at your shoelaces? So you see all this good tennis, both players going after it. They were hitting the ball. They were keeping each other deep. I mean, Muchova was leaving it all out there. That was a la Becker, the good old days with Boris Becker diving for volleys. And then the tension started to build. Then we started to see some tightness. We started to see both players not play as well. And for Muchova, what I liked is that she continued to look to hit the forehand, Sam. She said, you know what, let's avoid the backhand as much as we can. If it comes there, I'll manage it. The match point for Coco, I think, was so rough because she hit the great first serve. You know, she played it on her own terms, had the forehand, and I'm thinking, hit it. And then I was thinking, okay, well, at least slice it and come in. And then she went for the drop shot. So that was just totally a mental cramp at that moment because she felt, I think, too much nerves.
Yeah, look, you never know how you're going to react in those big moments. And Coco reacted fantastically in a lot of the big moments. That's just the one, you know, you always look back, what could you have done different in this match? It's the one decision at 9-8 to hit the drop shot.
And I think her nature is to be a little bit more passive. And it usually pays off for her. And with Muchova missing some at the end of that tiebreak, you thought, okay, Coco's going to step back, she's going to run. It's a lot harder to do that on a grass court. Muchova stepped up, even though she missed a few, she was the one that took it to Coco. So I think if you're going to win this tournament, you have to be bold, you have to be brave.
The bar has been set very high for our next ladies semifinals. It's also been set high for the gentlemen who will contest their semifinals tomorrow. Novak Djokovic, Jannik Sinner will go head-to-head. The semifinal that many anticipated as soon as the draw came out. Of course, the other semifinal will be Britain's Arthur Ferry against Alexander Zverev, the Roland Garros champion. Both Sinner and Djokovic, former Wimbledon champions. Sinner won last year. Djokovic has won 7 times. Same number as his seed. He, of course, is going for his 25th major title. Sinner standing in the way. It'll be a great showdown on center court tomorrow. And now about 4 minutes away from the second ladies semifinal. Linda Noskova taking on Marta KOSTYUK. And as we look at KOSTYUK and what she's been through and how she has played in this match and how she played in the French Open leading up to it. She has a couple of other titles this year. She's won a couple of them. She's been able to show off her acrobatic skills earlier in life, perhaps a gymnast before deciding to become a tennis player, and she has been terrific. Second Ukrainian woman to reach the Wimbledon semifinals. She hopes to go a step further, and she took out a former finalist and Jasmine Paolini to reach her second consecutive semifinal in a major.
KOSTYUK, she comes in absolutely red hot.
She's been so solid and just mentally so strong.
I worked really hard not to define myself with winning or losing.
The Ukrainian has match point.
I kept working, I kept discovering different parts of myself, and here I am.
It's a second major semi-final. Love the little twirl at the end and the reaction. Can you put that feeling into words for us?
No matter what the result is, the most important thing is to enjoy it 100% and feel so privileged to be here, and yeah. I'm so happy I'm able to do this while my grandpa is still alive. He's 89 years old, and he's texting me after every single match telling me what I should do better, and like, you know, he was just like super proud and like telling me how good I'm playing. So that's a win. my mom and my grandpa. They sacrificed so much for my tennis, for my career, and they still do. They're back home now, and they deserve it as much as I do.
And KOSTYUK has won 21 of her last 22, getting ready to make the walk out to center court. Winner will have a spot on Saturday against Karolina Muchova after that epic victory in a tiebreak in the third set, a decisive set, usually the domain of Coco Gauff. But it was Muchova winning that one. Who will she face? KOSTYUK and Noskova, the youngster coming up. You know, we saw Muchova save a match point. Noskova did it earlier. She did it in the third round against Kristeva. So it's these margins. Sam's talked about this a couple of times, Mary Jo. The slightest little things that let you advance in a championship caliber tournament such as this one.
I mean, you see it often. You save a match point early in the tournament. It frees you up. Then you start playing some of the best tennis of your career. And Noskova's been doing that. She won the warm-up tournament. She's got a lot of weapons. Her serve is big. I love her second serve. She averages about 94, 95 miles an hour. And that's what I'm going to look for because KOSTYUK, Sam, has one of the best returner serves in the game. She's going to look to play a little bit like Muchova, run around the backhand, and then just attack with the forehand.
Yeah, not only does she have one of the best returns in the game, one of the best athletes in the game, they have back handspring. She's probably the only one in the draw that can pull off a back handspring. But we're going to see her run around the court. She's a phenomenal athlete. I think that gymnastics background definitely helps her. Here's a good point, good example of her playing good defense. Coco Gauff plays good defense. Marta KOSTYUK can basically match Coco with athleticism from the back of the court. She's so balanced the way she moves around the grass court. A grass court can be tricky to move around. KOSTYUK has proved that she can do it on the clay, and she's proven to everyone now that she can do it on the grass. And both these women coming into this match, KOSTYUK's won 21 of 22 points. Noskova won the warm-up tournament and now is advanced to the semifinals here. They're both coming in with so much confidence. They got to both be feeling so good about where their game's at the moment.
Neither's ever been to a major final before. One will advance on this grandest of stages in tennis. But both have been playing well. What is it like if you're not exactly sure when you're going to start the walk, waiting on the first semifinal?
It could be stressful. And if you're watching the previous semifinal, even more stressful. So hopefully they were just with their team and they were just, warming up a few times and they visualize exactly the way they want to play.
Yeah, look, you could not watch that last match, right, if you're there in the locker room. But at the end of the day, these players are used to, you got to be ready to go. Maybe it's 1 hour, maybe it's 2 hours. The stadium will take a little bit to fill back up, so they'll have to, I think, bring some fake energy, right, and get going early on. But I think they're both in a good place and ready to go.
One spot in Saturday's final remains. Will it be Marta KOSTYUK? Will it be Linda Noskova to go on to meet Karolina Muchova, who got past Coco Gauff? Next semifinals coming.
Welcome everyone back to center court and the second ladies semifinal. Hopefully it'll be as good as that first semifinal. Marta Kostyuk of the Ukraine taking on Linda Noskova of the Czech Republic, two of the rising young stars in women's tennis, both from Europe. And Noskova looking to make it an all-Czech final. And meanwhile, Marta Kostyuk trying to be the first player ever from the Ukraine to make it to a championship match in the open here. Patrick McEnroe, Caroline Wozniacki here. I got to get your comments after that match that you sat courtside for, the first ladies semifinal. Turned out to be an epic match tiebreak.
I mean, that was an unbelievable match. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. The momentum was going back and forth. And I mean, Coco was unlucky not to win that match with the short forehand. That will be haunting her in her sleep tonight. And I wonder if we'll be able to get the drama here in this match. I mean, that's going to be hard to top.
It will be hard to top, but looking forward to this one. Linda Noskova, a power player. Caroline, she loves to take the ball early. As I said in the studio, coming into this match red hot, having won one of the big tune-up tournaments. And she's a power player and someone that can hurt you from both wings, right?
Absolutely. She's been playing extremely well on the surface. She is a player that takes the ball early. She has a lot of power, hits it so clean off of both wings. And she's been serving really well. Her kind of thing that have been letting her down at times has been the forehand, but we have not seen that here in this tournament so far. And you can see here, I mean, she got lucky in that third round against Kirsteyer. She was down match point and got out of that. And now it seems like she's playing with house money.
Yeah, solid win against Madison Keys, who was playing well again on the grass, straight sets there, and then beat Elise Mertens, who had beaten Rybakina to get to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Marta Kostyuk, maybe a slightly more well-rounded player. They were talking about a great athlete. She can do it all. She had a great clay court season, but proving now at 24 that she can be a factor on grass as well.
Absolutely. We've had big expectations on her since junior. She came up and was a great junior, and we thought she was going to break through early, and it's taken her a little time to get to this place now. She's won the last 21 of 22 matches. She's feeling confident. She's moving on the court beautifully, and she's a really tough player to beat. The way that she's been playing, just so consistent, so aggressive from the backhand side specifically, and we can see her road to here.
Yeah, dropped a couple of sets in the second and third rounds, but for the most part, pretty comfortable. So an interesting matchup here. Second straight semifinal in a major for Marta Kostyuk. What will it come down to? Coco Vandeweghe joins us courtside for this one. Hey, Coco.
Well, it's a bit of what both of you guys were saying. And for Linda Noskova, she's got to be a bully. She's got to be able to take her power to Kostyuk and see if you can handle my power and what I bring to the table. Until Kostyuk can prove that she can handle the power, not only MPH-wise, but also the depth. Pay attention to the depth of Noskova. Is she getting that ball nice and close to the baseline? If she is, that's her game plan A, and see if Kostyuk can defend it. Kostyuk, keep the emotions in check. This is an exciting moment for both of these women. Let's see a great match that's in store.
Noskova to begin the proceedings on her serve. Place in the Wimbledon final on the line. Enough said.
First set, Linda Noskova to serve. Ready, play. Go!
There's some of that speed on display in the opening point from Kostyuk.
Love 15.
How much stock, Caroline, do we put into that one match they played in their career, which was this year on clay in Madrid, won by Kostyuk 6-0?
I think Madrid is a really fast indoor clay court. Obviously, it's a different surface, but it does bring you confidence when you've played the player before not that long ago. And I think for Kostyuk, that's going to be a big mental point ahead.
Nice touch there.
I do think today we're going to see a lot longer rallies than what we've been used to seeing from Noskova in this tournament. Her average rally length is about 2.9 shots, and Kostyuk is going to challenge that. That's what she has to do to win this match today, and She's a great athlete.
Crowd taking a needed rest after that first ladies semifinal. Tea time here, so I'll start coming back into center court probably after the first 3 games.
Game, Noskova.
Noskova holds to open this semifinal.
First game.
Noskova has been going to the net a lot in this tournament so far. What she does so well is she has a big serve, but she steps in the +1. So the first ball after her serve, she's inside the baseline most of the time. She's looking to take the ball early, take control of the rally early, whether that's on serve, whether that's on return. And she's hard to move. One thing she has improved over the last couple of years as well is her movement to the forehand. She moves a lot better going that way. It's giving her a lot more opportunity to stay in the rally a little longer when she needs to.
Still the youngest of the 4 semifinals is Noskova at 21, Goff 22.
Out. 15 left.
Kostyuk a couple years older. She's 24, as you said. Caroline taking a little bit more time than most expected to make her big breakthrough. Great clay court season this year.
I mean, that's a good sign for Kostyuk that she's immediately moving forward. Those were not easy overheads, especially once it came back. She's feeling good out here. She's playing great tennis, the best tennis of her career.
Just a reminder, neither one of these two has ever been to a major final.
Let second service. T15.
Good serve there, 40-15. Oh, yes. Beautifully handled there with the backhand. So Kostyuk holds. It's 1-all. Pre-match, getting herself ready in the locker room. Look, just nice and chill, getting a little pre-match meal. Chilling out with her coach, coaching team. Sandra Zanuska. Joined up with her a couple years ago. Met at a training block in Monte Carlo before the summer hard court season and clicked.
I actually trained with Marta Kostyuk at the time when she was trying out her coach and kind of seeing if they would click, and she immediately said, I like her personality, I like what she brings out of me. And she'll say herself, I'm quite emotional, so having someone who can understand where I'm coming from means a lot to me.
30 left.
And I think a lot of the reason why Kostyuk didn't have her best result early was because she would get so emotional on court and couldn't get out the best tennis in match play.
Yeah, they hooked up in the middle of 2023 before Marta went to play on the hard courts in Washington, D.C. First big hard court event of post-Wimbledon, leading into the U.S. Open, the final major of the year.
Game, Noskova.
Noskova holds pretty comfortable there, so 2-1 in this second ladies semifinal. Welcome back, everyone. Second ladies semifinal. KOSTYUK serving 1-2.
Out. 15 love.
Another thing for Noskova, if you've watched your opponent play so much, you have to be aware of KOSTYUK's patterns that she has when she plays.
Oh, nice two-hander there.
30 love.
KOSTYUK, when she serves, loves to go to the backhand side on big points. That is her favorite serve. It's where she feels more comfortable. She immediately, especially on the outside, plays to the backhand and then opens up the court on the second shot. As the opponent, you have to be aware, maybe take a little step out there.
$30-15.
Ooh. Great serve, set that up. And this is the easy one, so first pressure point for a server at 30 all.
30 all. Let first service.
KOSTYUK had her birthday just a Sunday before the tournament started. She turned 24.
Go! $40-30.
That forehand is something we're going to keep an eye on as this match progresses. If it gets close in the first and the second set, closing out a set, closing out a match, can Noskova hold that up, keep playing aggressive?
Go!
There's that power forehand there.
Yes.
Hits it relatively flat, which is what makes it, I think, so effective on grass.
Yeah, she hits it flat, but it also has great depth. And the ball, it's a little bit like when you play Davenport or Kvitova. It's just so heavy. If you're not right behind the ball, that ball is going to get away from you.
Advantage KOSTYUK.
That's a smart shot there, dipping it low.
I think the keys here to the match for KOSTYUK is going to be get a lot of first serves in, put the pressure on, get to the net as much as you can. She's so good in the defense. She's going to be able to extend the rallies today. But most importantly, keep playing aggressive the way she has in important moments.
Advantage KOSTYUK.
For NOSKOVA in the last match she played, she really didn't get a lot of break points. She won 1 out of 11.
Good serving there from KOSTYUK for 2 games all.
2 games all, first set.
Reminder that Saturday afternoon on ABC, there's WNBA action. Brianna Stewart and the New York Liberty taking on the Minnesota Lynx. Coverage beginning with WNBA Countdown at 12:30, followed by the Liberty and Lynx at 1 p.m. on ABC and streaming live on the app. Just saw KOSTYUK ask her team, I think, if she should stay up or back on the return. Did you see that, Coco?
Yes, I did, and the consensus was move up.
Move up,
so
okay.
Here we are.
Okay.
And that's the trouble when you do move up on a server that can hit their spots. NOSKOVA has really good disguise on her serve. You'll see a lot of her tosses go over her left shoulder, so that automatically makes you lean to your backhand corner just to cover it, but she can hit any angle from that toss.
I mean, that is some great hitting early there from KOSTYUK. She's really going pace to pace with NOSKOVA, and that's something NOSKOVA hasn't been used to, and it's not happening very often.
Yeah, she had a couple big balls that were hard and flat, and KOSTYUK handled them well. Comes from a small town in the eastern part of Czechia, does
30-15.
Linda Noskova, close to the Polish and Slovakian borders. Like many of the players we see on the tour, started playing with her dad. Both her parents played tennis, so she got into it early. Now a pressure point for Noskova at 30 all on her serve.
30 all.
She's been so impressive on first serves. Noskova winning big percentage throughout the whole tournament. She's at 89 out of 11 so far in this match.
Well, that forehand flies.
Deuce.
First deuce.
And KOSTYUK will keep asking Noskova the question. She's going to chip that return back in play, get it deep, and then neutralize the point. Just frustrating for a big server to keep having no free points.
Another good serve from
Advantage, Noskova.
Noskova. Game point. Yeah, another good backhand right down the middle with a lot of depth. You can see that KOSTYUK plays with a little bit more variety off the ground. She can loop it, she can then flatten it out, whereas Noskova is pretty straightforward, straight ahead, which has proven to be darn effective on this surface. Another good example there, Coco, of what you were talking about. Hard to pick up on that Noskova serve. She's mixing it up nicely.
And not only that, you see that angle she's getting on that out wide serve. It's hard to return. And that's why KOSTYUK move forward was trying to help herself cut that angle off. But sometimes a serve is just too darn good.
Mm-hmm. Game point.
That's the hard part about playing the best servers in the world. We saw it with Serena. We see it with Rybakina. We see it here as well. They're so good at not only pace, but also getting that short, wide serve. You can't really step back too far because they'll open up the court.
Oh, that's beautifully handled there. Net.
Advantage, Noskova.
Yeah, another good serve. This one out wide for Noskova. So it's 3-2 in this opening set here, second ladies semifinal.
I feel like I can use a lot of sides of my tennis. I can use a lot of drop shots, some slices, some approaches on the net. I can use my serve a lot. And just my game style helps me throughout all the tough times. So yeah, I feel like I started to feel comfortable on grass last year, and now it's just me looking forward for the next year on on the grass season. So it's good. I'm looking forward for something. Then you feel comfy on court.
They had that win in Berlin in one of the tune-up events here. Her second career title on the WTA Tour, both 500 events. The first one was back in Mexico in 2024 on a hard court.
See
the most grass court match wins over the last 2 seasons. Anna Samova, who reached the championship match here last year, she went out early to Madison Keys.
I think the only surprising name up there to me was Emma Navarro, that she was up there with these big hitters. I mean, we've seen Anna Samova play so well on this court, and we've seen, you know, big hitters in general have an advantage on the grass court, big servers.
Let second service.
Kostyuk also started playing young with one of her parents, or more with her mom, who had played a bit professionally in the 90s. She has 3 siblings, and she was in the middle, she said, so it was a period of time where her mom was working a lot as a tennis coach. So she said she wanted to spend more time with her mom, so she started to play more tennis just to see her and practice a lot more. Chance for Noskova here at 15:30 and a second serve.
She's been so good at the net, and she has such great hands. That will be a disappointing volley for her. She had it on her racket and just didn't do enough with that. But that's what KOSTYUK is going to make you do. She's going to make you overhit. She's going to make you hit that extra shot.
It's going to go out. It's going to be a break point here.
And guys, quite a few more looks up at the box from Marta Kostyuk. Just getting affirmation, making sure she's doing the right thing. You're so close to breaking Noskova in the last game. Now you're under pressure. This is where you start seeing the emotions.
Let first service.
Oh, what a serve.
Yes.
Wipes away the break point.
When you have so much confidence too, when you've won so many matches, you feel better about going big on these important points. You don't feel as nervous when you're down, back against the wall.
Yes. Great 1-2 there.
Advantage KOSTYUK.
For KOSTYUK, as soon as she can get Noskova on the run, she's in control. She is closer to winning this match. That's what she's looking for as she's moving forward here.
Beautiful backhand up the line, and she came forward for the swing volley, dumped it.
I don't mind that she makes mistakes, that she's doing the right things. It's going to go in. She has to believe that that's the only way that she can win this match is by keep staying aggressive, keep moving forward.
Advantage, KOSTYUK.
And again, on the pressure points coming up with a huge serve down the tee, 114.
Yeah, her first serve thus far has actually been bigger than Noskova's. Speed-wise, I don't think she hits her spots quite as well as consistently, but she's got a little bit more speed.
Deuce.
Yeah, Noskova actually doesn't have the biggest serve when it comes to miles per hour, but she just places it so close to the lines all the time, and that's what's so difficult and why it's so hard to be the returner.
Especially on grass, right? When you can hit your spot on this surface, you get a little bit of help from the court. Yeah.
Advantage, KOSTYUK.
In addition to taking up tennis early, Marta got into gymnastics, which she did quite a bit, but she said, this is to her, I'm quoting her, I had to be careful with my weight, and it was so much stress. So every day I was coming from school worrying about my weight. When I was 11, I decided to stop and stick with tennis. This is, she was talking about gymnastics. Takes that out of the air, she said, Caroline, continuing to be aggressive. It's 3-all.
3 games all per set.
Turn position from KOSTYUK. You see how early she takes those second serves, particularly on clay and hard courts, and even on grass. That's pretty close. She's giving herself a little more room, but still very aggressive.
Yeah, she's giving herself a little bit more room. She's also playing players with big serves, and it's hard to really go super close to the line, but she's on the line right there, and she's doing a great job just getting a lot of return games in. She is, in my opinion, the best returner left in the semifinals, even in the quarterfinals.
Noskova also, as we just showed you, we'll put it up there again to see her second serve placement. Ben, to your point, Caroline, how she moves it around, not just on the first serve, but on the second serve as well. So that could really be a key factor in who wins this match.
Yeah, she keeps you on your toes, constantly guessing.
Oh, she was there. Just couldn't quite curl it in.
As someone who likes to return myself, it's much easier, obviously, when someone has that second serve and they go to your backhand often or body. You can kind of get used to it. You start feeling perfect and move in, and you can start actually attacking. But when someone switches it up like this, it makes you question yourself a little bit as well. I like the positive attitude that KOSTYUK is showing early on in this match, giving the fist pumps up to her box. She's staying quite composed out there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. The ball striking clean.
40-15.
Another good first serve sets it up. Game points for Noskova. Right in the center of the strings. You mentioned a quick start in her career. In fact, she won the Junior Australian Open as a 14-year-old, beating Elena Rybakina along the way. And she said when she won that big title this year, biggest title of her career in Madrid, she said, I told my team that I finally feel the achievements I had when I was 15 don't have a weight on me anymore. I was living for many years in the state of everyone expecting big results from me almost winning. It was almost like a curse.
Every player handles stress and pressure differently, and some people just need to mature a little bit more, feel more comfortable in their own skin.
Kostyuk misses that forehand, so Noskova holds for 4-3 on serve in this second semifinal.
Welcome back to the Championships Wimbledon. ESPN's coverage is proudly presented by Barclays.
Welcome back to beautiful sights around London. Beautiful sights above center court here on a very toasty day. Up into the 90s here today for the ladies semifinals. First match won by Karolina Muchova, taking out Coco Gauff in a match tiebreak.
Thank you. Players are ready.
Still 91 degrees here as we get close to 5:30 p.m. local time. New balls here. Kostyuk delivers a big first serve right into the body.
Kostyuk has won a big percentage of first serves in as well, points won around 70% of the time throughout the whole tournament. And that's trouble for the opponents because she's also one of the best returners.
Good serve out wide there.
40 love.
Both players dominant thus far in their first serves. Noskova 14 out of 16, Kostyuk 14 out of 18 when they get the first in. And that's a love hold right there. Very impressive for 4 games all in this opening set. We'll be back in 15 seconds after a quick word from American Express.
For experiences like no other, you need a card like no other. With exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide. There's nothing like Platinum.
Oh, yes. Beautifully measured there. Not much between these two thus far, Coco, huh?
No, not much, but interesting enough, Marta Kostyuk on her last return game said on the deuce side, I can't read that serve. Noskova has been picking her apart, especially with that wide serve.
There's another one wide in the ad court, which is more difficult to pull off as a right-hander. She makes it look pretty easy.
For someone like Kostyuk, who's used to getting a lot of first serves return and play, about 7 out of 10 throughout this tournament so far, that is a frustrating feeling when you feel like you don't see the ball properly.
Yeah, big second serve there from Noskova, so that's a love hold for her. So it'll be Kostyuk serving to stay in this tight first set.
ESPN's coverage of the Championships Wimbledon is presented by Barclays, backing your future, the official banking partner of Wimbledon.
Yeah, as we've been talking about, the heat continuing to be a factor here. Still 91 degrees. It's a high. Expected to be pretty hot again tomorrow for the men's semifinals. Not quite as hot, mid to high 80s. See if that's a factor in both men's semifinals, especially the Sinner-Djokovic match, which will be the second match in our Friday semifinal. Meanwhile, the winner of this will be in their first ever major final.
Love 15.
Kostyuk really needs to get a lot of first serves in. She's winning 8 out of 10 points when her first serve is in, and only 50% of second serve points.
Yeah, that's well done. Good moving there.
Love 30.
Kostyuk looking up for the second consecutive point after missing the first serve up to her player box, which is just above us. Which I would say is normally not a great sign.
It's not a good sign, and she's going a little bit too quick in between points. She's feeling a little frustrated. She let this slip away.
Triple set point for Noskova.
15-14.
If you're Noskova, I would like to see her take half a step to her left. Be prepared for the serve to the backhand. Make your opponent serve a serve that you don't love to do.
Would you move over again here? Lean to the backhand?
Second serve goes more
Most
slice.
of the time? Okay.
Got to stay aggressive here.
Well, she tried to be aggressive on the second serve and paid the price, so Noskova gets a late break and wins it 6-4 in this second ladies semifinal. Let's send to our studio to Malika, Mary Jo, and Sam.
Patrick, thank you so very much. Malika Andrews here alongside MJ Fernandez, Sam Querrey, and MJ. It felt like we were sort of seeing these two match each other shot for shot, and really it was serve for serve.
It was a serving contest until that last game. That came out of nowhere. There was a one break point earlier on where KOSTYUK served an ace to save it, but then double fault there, just kind of dropped her levels. So perhaps end of the set, the nerves settling in a little bit there.
Yeah, I think you described it well. Not much separating these women. It was really just that last game. Noskova played one good defensive point at love 15. She did hit a good return at love 30 and then drew the double fault. And then, boom, you look up and it's 6-4.
And Noskova's coming in really well. She's 11 of 12 coming forward. So she's the one that's been more aggressive.
Well, if this is as close as it continues to be, and if it's anything like the match we saw earlier today between Coco Gauff and Karolina Muchova, then we are in for a treat. This one went the distance. This is the third set tiebreak, MJ, and Coco Gauff had a chance right here.
She hit a great first serve, Malika, on her match point. Had the forehand to really rip it and come in. Went for the drop shot, missed it, and that just allowed Muchova right back into the match. And then she takes it on her match point. So it was dramatic. It was great tennis. A lot of nerves, but what a moment for Muchova.
Yeah, so Karolina Muchova moves on to the ladies' final here at Wimbledon and awaits the winner of this match between Linda Noskova and MARTA KOSTYUK. Coco Gauff, her best run that we have seen here at Wimbledon, but couldn't quite get it done. Let's get it back out to center court with Patrick McEnroe.
All right, thank you so much, Malika, Mary Jo, Sam.
Linda Noskova to serve.
Noskova will start this second set on her serve, which has just been rock solid.
Love 15.
Right away, MARTA KOSTYUK's team standing up, her husband talking to her throughout all of that. But Sandra, her coach, saying, accelerate, accelerate, to MARTA, immediately getting on her to keep the aggressive mindset.
What has been working so well for Noskova, and if she can continue doing that, is she's been serving so big, also getting a lot of returns back in play, and then she's moving forward, just like Mary Jo was saying. She's winning almost all of the points when she moves forward.
Go. (15-30).
Excellent second serve right there.
She's just been so good on serve, and if she can keep doing this, I don't know who can beat her. You know, she's really placing the ball so close to the line. It's a couple of inches away. There's really no direction that you can cover because you feel like she can go the other way anytime.
Yeah, very calm right there. Not trying to take the overhead,
30.
just letting it bounce. She's very measured on those short balls too, Carolyn. She doesn't go for like a huge shot, but it's flat and it's deep and it's just so well directed.
It really is, and it gives her the opportunity, even if the opponent gets a racket on it, she gets to volley.
Another excellent serve. She was in a little bit of trouble there, but she gets out of it. 1-love in the second set. IBM. Well, you never know that Linda Noskova is playing in her first major semifinal. She just looks as cool as can be.
I feel like that's a common denominator for the Czech players. We've seen so many play so well in this court here, and all of them just seem so calm. We've seen Kvitova, Vondrousova, now Noskova, all of them super calm in big moments.
And Noskova said her idol was Serena Williams, but that she also looked up to Petra Kvitova, who she said is the national hero, winning 2 titles here on the grass. Recently retired.
And right away, a lot more dialogue for KOSTYUK and her box. Her coach is showing her, get that toss up on your serve. Sometimes when a set gets away from you just at the very end, it's just get back to basics.
Sandra Zaniewska. You got to help me with the pronunciation there, Caroline, with your Polish back. She was a player from Poland. Actually, was a pretty good player, top 50 in the world.
Yeah.
How am I doing on the pronunciation?
Zaniewska.
I knew you'd nail it. Yeah.
Come on, P-Mac, give it another try.
Zaniewska. How about you, Coco? Let's hear your pronunciation then.
I'm good.
Yeah, they forged a really close bond, these two, talking about believing in Marta, the mental side of the game as well, building her game, taking the long-term approach rather than short-term success. Yeah, a little more vocal now to start this second set. Trying to get herself fired up. It's 1-all.
1-game-all, second set.
She's still looking for some direction on the return of serve, so her coach says, come a little closer.
I think she's trying to take that wide serve away from her opponent. At least give her the look that you're there, you're waiting for it.
Yeah, she's annoyed because she might have to just accept that her opponent's got a darn good serve. So you're going to have to pick your spots here. And she connected on that return.
15-all.
This is not going to be a match where KOSTYUK is going to get perfect rhythm. She's playing against a big server, a big hitter. I like that she's out there being vocal. She's jumping around. That's what she needs to do. There's going to be small chances in these sets, and it's who dares most.
(30-15).
IBM match stats. More winners for KOSTYUK, but that's doesn't really tell the whole story because Noskova's ball is just so flat and deep that a lot of her balls are forcing KOSTYUK into the air. It's not like KOSTYUK's just missing easy balls. I think the Lindsay Davenport comparison to me is an excellent one because she was the same type of player that could hit the ball so big off the ground with not a lot of seemingly effort, just great timing.
I've played both players, and the ball feels very similar, and it sounds big off the racket as well. Noskova hits it very clean all the time.
Game point. Yeah, another pretty routine service game for Noskova, 2-1, and she's got the first set in the back pocket here on center court. Welcome back to center court, everyone. Patrick McEnroe, Caroline Wozniacki, Coco Vandeweghe courtside for this semifinal. Marta Kostyuk from the Ukraine trying to become the first Ukrainian to reach a major final. Remember, Elena Svitolina was close quite a few times. Talked about the success of the Czech women over the years, especially here at Wimbledon. Kvitova twice a winner, Vondrousova, Krejcikova. This would be a first if Noskova is able to win this. It would be an all-Czech ladies championship match. First Ukrainian woman to make a major final. Andre Medvedev did it back at Roland Garros. Remember, he lost that classic to Andre Agassi. Here's trouble here for Kostyuk at love 30.
Kostyuk just never really feeling comfortable here.
And of course, a great Martina Navratilova. We don't need to tell you more about her incredible career. Anna Novotna. That was an emotional win, wasn't that, for her? Jan Kodesh back in '73. It was a year that most of the top men boycotted. And here's love 40. This is similar to that 4-5 game in the first set.
Yeah, it's just slipping away from her. She's trying to overhit here, Kostyuk. She's trying to go for a little bit more with a little margin, and she's just making a few too many errors.
Yeah, and there's a break at love, just as she did at the end of that first set. And Noskova knows all too well the history, the success of Czech tennis here at Wimbledon.
Second set.
I would say the history, that the players before us have always been great. I mean, the Czech tennis female players have always been incredible. If you look at 10 years back, 20, 30, there's always just been someone. So. And we kind of still keep on going and keep on having great juniors and youngsters coming up. So it's great to see that the country is not stopping at tennis. But I feel like for me it has always been the fact that us as such a small country, we can definitely do big things in the world if we look up to the people that did it.
Oh, yes.
Love 30.
I think it's a lot easier also when you've seen people in front of you that have done it before. It makes you believe that you can do it, and clearly they have great coaching, getting good technique into their juniors early, and then it becomes much easier to build on that later on in their careers.
Good second serve out wide there.
15-30.
Feel like this is just a huge game if Kostyuk wants to get back in this, stay in it. Another excellent first serve, Caroline. You talked about that at the top, and that's been a huge factor in this match.
Yeah, she's just been finding her spots so well in this match, in this whole tournament. Look how close to the line she's playing. The light green is really a couple of feet from the sidelines, from the service back line, and she's hitting almost every single ball there.
Impressive. There's another good one there. Again, it's not that many aces, sorry, Coco, but just so many quick points on the serve.
And it's really starting to wear on MARTA Kostyuk. She even just said before that last point, why today?
One of the few returns she's been able to connect on off the first serve.
It's funny why today. I guess it's why every day for Noskova. She's been hitting those spots consistently throughout this tournament.
Yeah, it's why not for her today. And again, handling the occasion of her first semifinal with tremendous poise. Ooh, she hit it well, but just overcooked it.
Advantage, Noskova.
But as a player, that's stressful to be out there, and you're playing against a player who you feel like is putting so much pressure on you every time, and you can tell Kostyuk just trying to hit through even harder than what she normally does.
Well, that dropped in. What a return.
Yes.
Raises her arms and so finally I got one. Actually hit two great returns off first serves in this game. 1 hour of play exactly thus far. Oh, she overhit that.
Advantage, Kostyuk.
She didn't miss that by much, and you could just see she hesitated just a split second going up to that swing volley. First break point for Kostyuk.
And she's got it. And she's fired up now. She needed that. And she got it. Back on serve in this second set. First set to Noskova.
Noskova leads 3-2. Second set by 1 set.
Now the first break point opportunity for Marta Kostyuk, and she took advantage. And her coach reacting as well, fired up here on center court. So back on serve.
NOSKOVA leads. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Speed and athleticism paying off there for Marta Kostyuk.
And you got to wonder how much Noskova is going to start thinking about. She was up a break. She had game points there in the last game, and all of a sudden, momentum is changing a little, and Kostyuk is playing better.
Oh, that's great tennis there. Beautiful.
30 love.
There's this great slice right there, and then moving forward. If she can keep moving forward in this second set, put pressure on her opponent, it's going to give her some opportunities.
Love.
New territory for all four ladies semifinalists.
Game KOSTYUK.
That's impressive there. That's
new balls, please.
8 points was 7 points in a row. With the 3 in a row to break, and then a love hold here. It's 3 apiece. Bring out the new balls after the first 7 and then 9 games thereafter.
Kostyuk went to change her racket. When the new balls are going to fly on you a little bit more, so she wants the string tension to be new so that the ball stays in her racket a little bit longer. Noskova, on the other hand,
sticking with the same one, yeah. Oh, it's a great return there. She's starting to feel it now.
15.
In the first set, all the short points were going Noskova's way. Now, Kostyuk really taking charge of these quick points.
I feel like Coco, she's starting to pick up on the first serve where it's going a little bit better now.
Not only that, she's being a lot more aggressive with that return. It's almost like a go for broke moment. Like, I'm going to hit it if it's going to go wide, and that's the only option.
Yeah, it worked in the last game because she had 2 huge returns.
30-15. Led first service.
I was trying to take a big cut at that as well.
40-15.
High risk, but it did get her the one break to at least get back in this set. Yeah, good touch there from Noskova, so she holds. And 4-3 now in this second set. First set to Noskova.
Game Noskova.
So last point for Kostyuk, trying to chase down that drop shot, runs into her own stuff there, own share. It's always a little dodgy for the players. I feel like they can move those a little bit further back. See, this happened yesterday too in one of the men's matches.
She looks to be okay though. Little scrape on her knee there?
Yeah, maybe. 3-4, second set. She's feisty, Marta Kostyuk. She said even when she was a kid, when she'd be up 4-love, 5-love, she said she'd miss one ball and she'd get so upset. You can see that intensity from her. Guess that's like a lot of top players, isn't it, Caroline? That she shows her emotion a lot more certainly than her opponent does.
Yeah, she does. I think for most of the top players and the best players in the world, they hate losing more than they love winning, and it's
good point.
It's all about the competition, and Kostyuk loves to show how she's feeling out there. For Kostyuk, the good news is when she's able to get into these longer rallies, she's won 5 out of 6 of those, 5 shots or more in this set. She's 12 of 17 in the whole match. So if she can get under the skin of Noskova a little bit, get her to play a little tentatively, things starts tipping her way.
Yeah, that's excellent tennis there.
(40-15).
She has a clear game plan, Kostyuk. It is to try and play as aggressive as possible. She's playing faster than she has throughout this tournament, but she knows she's up against an opponent that if you give her an inch, she's gonna go run with it.
Oh, what a Beautiful dropper.
4-game solve, second set.
Kostyuk going to her box and her coach saying, just commit to it.
Definitely looking more settled now, Coco, isn't she, than she was early in this set, and she looked a touch a bit rattled.
Absolutely, and it almost was bringing me back to when Novak Djokovic hit those huge 2 forehand returns against Roger Federer, match points down at the U.S. Open all those years ago. It almost brought her back to life.
Good 1-2 there from Noskova.
15-all.
But really, I think she's doing the right thing. You got to go for it. You have the ball on your string. She's not going to win by just playing the ball back, even if it's deep in the middle of the court. Noskova has proven that over and over again in this tournament.
Another excellent serve there.
40-15.
40-15. First serves in for Noskova, 70% for the match. And she's winning 74% of those. She's actually come down a little bit in the second set. Second serve points, so for Noskova has gone up. She's up at 56% on those points. And there's another one there, so now Kostyuk will serve to try to stay in this match. Semifinals here on center court. That's the good news for Marta Kostyuk because she's gotten herself back in it. She was down a set in 3-1 here. But the reality is she's got to hold here to stay in it. Linda Noskova has been rock solid throughout this match. Kostyuk needs that first serve to come into play because she's under 50% on her second serve points, 46% for the match. Yeah, just dictating the rally there right from the second serve return.
Love 15.
Kostyuk did a good job at defending and getting that extra shot back, asking the question of Noskova. Maybe this situation, this opportunity of making your first Grand Slam final, maybe it's going to get to your head.
Oh boy, wow. That's the wildest forehand she's hit today. Maybe she's
15-all.
seeing the finish line. Going to get to her first major final. Not seen a miss of that sort in the match. Can she shake it off? The answer appears to be yes. Excellent two-hander there.
You can see she walked around that forehand and she wanted to hit a backhand. It went far left. That is her better shot. She wanted to hit a lot of backhands here to close off this match.
And Kostyuk looking for her first serve. She went for it, but missed it, and just like that, it's match point.
15-14.
Saves one match point.
30-14.
One more to go. And that's out. And Linda Noskova into her first ever major final. And it's on the grass courts of Wimbledon. Rock solid from the start. The 21-year-old from Czechia will play the 29-year-old from Czechia, Karolina Muchova, for the ladies' championship on Saturday.
What a win for her. She's been playing some phenomenal tennis, Patrick, throughout this tournament, and today, once more, what great serves that she had first and second. She played aggressive, she moved forward when she had the opportunity, and in big points, she stayed calm. You couldn't tell that this is the first time she's been so far in a major, and she was going for her first Wimbledon finals. Very, very impressed. And for her opponent, she's going to be disappointed. She never really got to show what she was capable of out there. She tried to play aggressive. She tried to go power with power, but she was up against a better opponent today in Noskova.
Yeah, consecutive semifinal appearances for Kostyuk in the last two majors on the clay of Roland Garros, the grass here, but Noskova just too solid off the ground, and what a season she's had on the grass, and now she'll play the biggest match of her life. Muchova's been in another major final. That was on the clay, but this will be quite a matchup because they both just really love this surface.
Yeah, it'll be a great matchup. Both of them have saved match point going into this finals, and so it's going to be fun to see the big power of Noskova. Can she overhit Muchova? And Muchova, we saw what she was capable of today against Coco. It's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, well, sure will be an all-Czech championship match. Let's hear from the winner.
Well, congratulations, Linda. This is such a special moment for you. Such a phenomenal performance out here. Could you just try to put into words making your first Wimbledon final?
A semi-final at a Grand Slam is never easy, no matter who you play, where you play, or what's the score. So I just try to be as patient as possible, try to keep cool, and somehow get the last point, I guess.
Well, you certainly did that. You had to face such a talented opponent in Marta. She has such immense power, but how did you come up with the game plan, and what was the key to the victory today?
For me, it's always just to focus on myself, to focus on my game. When I play my best, I know that I can play with the best players in the world and have a great result, which is a final at a Grand Slam, I guess. So.
1 It's your first time playing a match here on centre court. When did you first dream about playing out here?
I was not watching a lot of tennis as a kid, but one thing I do remember is when Petra Kvitova won her Grand Slam here, and that is maybe one of the first moments when I've realized that such sport as tennis exists. So I am kind of still in shock that I had a chance in my life really to play at such court and get a win.
And how was it? Did you enjoy it? How was the atmosphere out here?
Not so bad. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much.
It certainly looked as if you did. Of course, we're now going to have an all-Czech final on Saturday. How special is that going to be? And I guess you're against someone you must know very well. What can we expect?
Yeah, Karolina, she is such a great fighter, such an incredible player, but mainly and mostly she's a great person. So I'm glad I get to play my first final with her.
And how, just lastly, will you prepare for it? Do you have any superstitions, any special meals ahead of the match? And will you sleep well?
I sleep well all the time, so I hope this will be no change. But I have so many superstitions, I cannot even start to name them.
No, tell us.
You don't want to know. It's like 20, 30 things in a day. Yeah, like.
Just give us a couple of examples.
I feel like it's an illness at this point.
Lines? Walking on the lines?
I'm using all the same routines in the morning. I'm having almost the same lunch. I'm using the same bathroom. I'm using the same sink, the same everything. So I'm not going to change anything.
No, I don't think you should. It's working well for you. You're into your first Wimbledon final. Linda Noskova, very best of luck.
Yeah, she is delighted, and why shouldn't she be, playing for the Wimbledon title on Saturday and playing against her good friend and fellow Czech. And I'll tell you, ladies tennis, so interesting. We'll have our 10th different winner at Wimbledon on the ladies side. Singles champs from the Czech Republic, or it used to be Czechoslovakia, and then became the Czech Republic. Now I guess it's Czechia. Jan Kodish, Martina, who won many more Wimbledons, but then she was playing under the USA flag. Jana Novotná Kvitova, who recently retired. Marketa Vondrousova, who just got a huge suspension. Krejcikova, also a winner. And now it'll be either this young woman, the 21-year-old, or the veteran Karolina Muchova. They will play for the championship match and be the 10th winner here at Wimbledon.
The last 9 times here, 9 different women have now claimed the championships.
Serena Williams, Julie Kerr, Simona Halep, Ashley Barty, Elena Rybakina, Marketa Vondrousova.